shut the kitchen light for me? It's the first one. It's the first one. This one? No, the other one.
Chaos has ensued.
Oh, got it. That's it.
Kim, it sounds like you had the day like me.
I just did an emergency podcast also to go up tonight. Lorraine Pokum in here. I'm all yours, my love. I'm all yours.
Oh, wow. Okay, so let's do quickly the format of the show. Freddie's going to try to come on at some point live from Bravocon, and I'm going to let him do his tea dump so he can get, back to having fun again since he paid so much to be there.
Yes.
And, but he's going to download some of the things he kind of got told and stuff while he was there. And this is Reality Diamond Freddie. For those of you who don't know, you've seen him on, oh God, even back in the days of Cheryl's World, believe it or not. So, all right. So let's get started. First, I want to say something loud and proud, which is we called it. We called it. Okay. So if you guys weren't on the last two lives that Kim D and I did, like a psychic, I said that there was this conversation starting that they were like, they were going to come up with a way to make amends. When I talk I mean Teresa Giudice and Melissa Gorga.
It was more Joe, Gorga, Louie, and Teresa, and then Melissa got pulled in.
Yes, Melissa got pulled in. That's true.
She's very on board right now, though. She's very on board.
Yes. So what I said was Teresa made the first move. I thought it was Louie who wrote the text. That got it going. Then Joe and him talked on the phone. Then allegedly there was some sort of meetup. Telling you.
I know what the meetup was. They went to the mausoleum. Joe, Gorga, and Teresa met alone at the mausoleum where the parents are buried. Yeah. And they had their first meeting there, and it was very emotional.
Right. So that came out at Bravocon, but right. I'm saying before Bravocon.
Yes.
So I said they had a meetup, remember? And I said after that, Melissa was like, it's up to Joe. Whatever Joe decides, I'm down. Then Joe and Melissa were like, we should do this because maybe it'll get the show going again. They take it to the producers. The producers have no interest because they go to the network and the network's like, don't care. So that's that. So then they're like, well, I'm wondering, knowing the gossip, will they quit and forget this or will they come back together? Then you kind of did a little feel out. So did I. We figured out that no, they do still want to do it because of the kids. Really, that's it. And that, that was the thing. But in all of this, I get told that they're going to stage a big moment at Bravocon where it's going to seem super authentic because it's not on stage and it's off to the side and it's going to be everybody. Louie.
And guess who's going to be there? Roxanne from All About the Truth, and she's going to take the video.
And I went that far. I actually said on the show last week, I said, it's going to be all about the TRH. They're going to drop it. They're going to happen to be off in the corner and they're going to leak it. Right? And
absolutely.
Literally, verbatim.
Exact. Joe was on the stage right here, and the booth was right here. So Louie probably texts Joe, come to the booth. Roxanne, it's happening. And there's Roxanne with her little camera, and it's like priceless. It's absolutely priceless.
Exactly. So exactly what I said. So when you hear Melissa Gorga talking about, this is authentic, and you hear Teresa like, this is authentic, and the authenticity part, I have to question on the basis of the fact that I told you exactly how it was going to go down, like a strategy meeting last, what was that, 2 weeks ago now? Right. Now, let me play it for you so I'm not exaggerating. For those of you who were on that live and heard me say it like a psychic, here it is totally playing out. Ready? Let's watch it. Oh, this is actually, sorry, is that active?
That's when he was there. That's when Joe goes.
Here it is. Sorry. Took a minute. There they are. Oh, we got caught. And this is the corner of where they made up on. This is like a booth or something in the stage or whatever. And then this is where the All About the TRH girls drop it.
There you go.
And everyone's like, thank you so much for finding this rare footage. Okay, so there's the receipts that everything I said 2.5 weeks ago or whatever, you can go watch that one, verbatim happened. So how authentic is it is the point.
Unbelievable.
I know.
You know, I'm going to tell you, listen, I'm not knocking. I'm not knocking two families. It's all bullshit. Yeah.
I had to pull it up. It's
I am not knocking families getting together. I would never sit here and knock it. But I have to tell you, it is so like over the top, almost put on. So whether it's authentic or not, why did they have to do all this if it's so authentic? Like you said, why? Why wasn't it just authentic at the mausoleum, authentic at Willow and Whisk? Why did they need to have him come over and get the picture? Why? First of all, Andy Cohen was asked yesterday about Jersey, and they go, you don't have to answer. He goes, no, I'll answer, no problem. There is no Jersey. It's not happening. And let me tell you something, it breaks my heart. It's my bread and butter. I get it. I want Jersey, but it's not happening. So all the tricks, all the baloney, it's not going to work. And I believe the more they do shit like this, the more it turns them off. That's my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Cause it's like self-producing.
Yes.
Exactly. And yeah, that was pretty shocking. It was almost angry the way Andy Cohen said it.
He looks disgusted.
It was almost angry. Like he's asked and he's like, no, I'm happy to tell you.
Happy to answer.
There's no New Jersey in the works right now, like in that way.
And how about when he said, we are not going to be backed into the corner. We're not going to be backed into a corner. That was very strong words.
Oh, and what about Teresa when he called Teresa out, like almost personal, and he said, oh, so you're watching the show now?
Yeah.
That was a dig. And I saw that loud and clear. That was Andy, like,
absolutely.
I know how that's real shade, like real. Yeah. And then he was like, remember when you pushed me? Do you remember pushing me at the reunion? Like it was not.
Listen, it wasn't. Let me go to Dolores for a minute. I've never been happier for my friend. I'm so happy. She's got so much on her plate. She's so in demand, Dolores. Okay. And I wish them the best. You know who I feel bad for? Like, look, let's just think about this. You got this family who destroyed New Jersey, basically destroyed it.
Yeah.
And now they're at Bravo after the cast is screwed, no checks, not filming, nothing. Yep. And now they're hugging it out, kissing, saying each other looks the best on the reunions, all this. If I was the rest of the cast, I'd want to wring their neck.
Well, Margaret kind of did in a way. She said on her stage, very politically correct. She said, if this was really happening, I'm happy for them, but let them do it quietly.
With a therapist.
Let them do it quietly. Now, I want to clarify. I see people a little bit confused about New Jersey and something that was just said. So you're clear. Where it stands is New Jersey was not renewed. Okay. It was not renewed. So you guys need to hear the technical, like I'm in the entertainment industry language. Now it will have to be thought about by Andy and Bravo, and they'll simmer on it for a while and they'll see if they think they could redo the show and re-pitch it to the network. The way the show has been known, as far as it is now, has been pitched, the reconciliation, and it was a hard pass.
Hard pass.
So that's it. There's no other way to say it. That's the technical way it's said. So I just wanted to clarify that. So some other things that happened just on this topic too was that Teresa Giudice asked by Reality Diamond Freddie, I love Freddie asked this. Yeah. He asked, what's your ideal cast? Teresa said Jennifer Aiden, she said Dolores, which was surprising because I heard T that behind the scenes, Teresa was dragging Dolores because she announced her engagement before Bravocon 2025. And Teresa, I guess, in passing said to somebody, like, she stole our thunder a little bit on the makeup. You know, that makeup, Gorga makeup, I swear. And that she was kind of annoyed by that. So I think there's some behind the scenes tension that is there for some reason.
Also, once again, Roxanne came forward and said that Paulie in People magazine said that he didn't need to go to Greece with the fireworks and all that. So she said that Paulie was giving a direct dig to Louis. Paulie had no clue that Teresa and Louis got engaged in Greece. He thought they got engaged on the boat with the scroll. He had no idea. It was not like it was not a direct hit to Louis. He goes, why would I do that? What am I, an idiot? I'm going to say, he goes, one of my friends, Jordan, got engaged and he was really shocked yesterday when I had them on the phone. He goes, Kim, he goes, I thought they got engaged on that, the scroll on the
I
back.
don't even remember how they got engaged. And I do this for a living.
Yeah, they got engaged in Greece with fireworks.
Thank God.
So, when he said in People magazine, we don't need Greece when Teresa and Louis took it as a direct hit. And of course, who brought it up? But Roxanne, mouthpiece.
Well, I heard also that Herodot kind of gave a dig to Dolores. They posted like this message of like, you know, how we're feeling about Dolores being engaged. And they used like a drunk Real Housewives of New York kind of iconic Dorinda medley scene, but it's not exactly exuberant. It's like Dorinda drunk. Oh, love it. Good job. You know, like it was. And a lot of the fans took that to be a diss by Herodot because obviously Dolores's show that she's mostly on is on iHeart. So they're competitors.
Right.
So that was kind of an interesting little like side drama that was happening over there. But I did hear that Teresa was dragging Dolores about the timing of the engagement. So it does not surprise me that there was negativity surrounding that. Yes. Do you want to talk about off Bravocon for 1 second, the AI video that dropped of Louis Ruelas screaming at a woman and saying like,
are you calling it an AI video?
No, they called it. I'm sorry. Did I say that? That was my
AI video.
So people were saying it was an AI video. It is not an AI video. Let me clarify. Sorry about that. I had it in my head to address it, so I said it wrong. But yeah, so do you want to tell like some tea about this, how we know it's not, besides, you know, it not being AI because it was from 6 years ago or something and AI didn't exist like that, or what?
Okay, so let me give you my double opinion on this, right? I have a double opinion. Number one, it is not AI. It was 6 years old. It was forensically checked into by an attorney. Okay. Yep. It's not AI. Okay. With that said, let me explain to you what I think the problem is here. Okay. Almost everyone I know, when they're going through a divorce, whether they're fighting, behind closed doors, have called each other the most filthy, disgusting names. They really do. I've never had those kind of fights. I was never called to see you next Tuesday. I had abuse in my marriage when I wanted to leave. Let's put that aside.
Right.
9 iron. Yes, that's going a little too far. Okay. With violence and all that. He did not do it. He said he would like to. Let me tell you what Louis Ruelas' problem is. Puts the glasses on, puts the hood on, sets up the video, and starts screaming into the video. Number one. Number two, when he sat outside of the Rue La La building and he does another video. When he sits on the beach and does another video. And I heard there's more coming out. Okay. Now, my advice.
Hercules.
My advice, and I'm going to say this now. So, because thank you, Carol. Okay. I'm going to be extremely political here, even though I am extremely against any kind of violence or abuse, but I'm in reality and I hear about it every day. Okay. And that's part of my book that I wrote to teach women what to accept. The problem is, Louis Relis, stop making videos. Stop making videos. You make them and then you have to pay dearly for them. That was 6 years ago. I get it. But then you did more through then, and then you still do some when you pull up in the white car and you say how much money. The videos have got to stop.
Very good advice, Kim.
Reaching hook. And I give you it. I give you my word that people are forgiving, that people will let this all ride. Right now, it's all bad, whatever. The more you try to deny it, the worse it gets. Just was a bad time in your life. You learn to not do videos anymore. And that's it. Take that phone and only use it when it rings or when it texts. Do not use it to put, because it goes into the atmosphere and it does not disappear. And there's more to come.
Right. And my issue with it was that he kept saying the "see you next Tuesday" word over and over and over again. And, you know, the glasses with the hood was obviously designed to be a psychological effect to whatever woman was on the other line, to make her fear him because he was unhinged. And that was, I think, intentional. And the fact that he decided to bring in violence over it was unusual.
Well, instead, now I'm used to people who would do the violence. They wouldn't talk about it.
Right. Well,
it's like Dana, either I'm going to come by you and I'm going to smack you upside the head, or I'm going to be the type of person who goes, yeah, I would like to do it.
He was on a video saying if it was legal, I would come over and like kill you. That's not okay. Just saying. I mean, you know, it's kind of a stretch. Anyway, here's the thing, right? Hopefully this man got help, because he's got a problem. That's not okay ever, no matter how angry you get. He's got a problem
like that in the house.
Yeah. Well, let's hope not.
Yeah.
You know, so anywho, that's it. It's not AI. That's the bottom line. Sorry if I confused anybody in the beginning.
Again, it was 6 years ago. There's a lot of people who yell and scream at each other during really terrible times. It's just that Louis can't stay off his phone. You know, that's the bottom line.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so let's talk about let's see, any other fun stuff that we could do. How about, you want to talk about Kayla Giovinazza? Do you know her? Do you know Kayla?
From New Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to bring up Kayla for a second. So I like Kayla.
Okay.
And I think she has a great Instagram feed.
Okay.
And, you know, they were, you know, I knew when they were testing her a little bit before she actually even came on the show, like she did, where she kind of appears as like a, what do they call that? Like you're just around your friend on the show kind of thing. It's not a casting thing at all. And I was hoping she would join the cast.
Right.
But she said today that she passed. So Kayla is no more.
I don't think she passed. Nobody passes.
She said it. She said
I don't think there was no offers went out. She could pass on a non-offer, but no offers went out.
So you think it was just never happened?
It's never going to happen. But I'm going to tell you a step further.
Yeah.
Remember when I told everyone that there was 4 of the women that got the money and the hold, right? The money and the hold, or 3 that I think it was only 3. It was Melissa, Teresa, and Dolores. It wasn't even Margaret. So they got a hold. That hold ends in February. Once February comes, if there's no contracts, there's no hold for Bravo for them either.
Oh my gosh.
Just so you know.
I love it.
Yeah, Margaret didn't get one of those. Margaret did do the testing. But yeah, the hold will be null and void as of what time in February, I don't know. Mid-February, beginning February, that I don't know. But the hold will be done.
They'll be happy that I heard they got $10,000 for the weekend if they did every day.
Right.
Plus expenses. And then I heard they got something else too, like some other like little bump of some sort. So that's kind of good. Like a bump on panels, like if you do a kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. So they got that money. That's exciting. Now is Dolores excited about her engagement?
Yeah, so excited. You have no idea. I mean, she is, and so is he.
We
Thank you,
split the super
Rosanna.
stickers, so please give them.
Yeah, thank you, Rosanna. Okay, so thank you, DB. So I've been speaking to Dolores every day. I was very privy to a conversation that took place a couple of weeks ago between Dolores and Paulie, very slight, that he had mentioned, what do you think? You think it's time or whatever, And then the day it happened, she sends me the picture of the ring, but she said, don't say anything because People Magazine are going to cover it. I said, I won't. And then I was thrilled that People Magazine came out right away because I'm like, I got to hold it all in. She's beyond happy. What he did that morning was he made Frankie, her assistant, send her an email saying she had a meeting and that she needed to have glam done for the meeting. So they got the glam in. And then he goes, then she gets another email saying that the meeting was canceled. She's like, you got to be kidding me. I did all this for a meeting and now it's canceled. He goes, well, listen, he goes, I'm getting you a new iPhone. You need it for Bravocon. He goes, I don't have time. I don't have time. I didn't get my wardrobe. I didn't do this. So Frankie, the assistant, goes, just go. I got this. Don't worry. So they go to Apple, and he starts talking to the women. And like Dolores is like, I don't believe he's doing this. I have to go to Bravocon. Like, I really can't believe he's doing this to me. Like, this is, not nice. It's rude, whatever. All of a sudden, he starts saying all these things to her. And she's like, and he's red and he's sweating. And she's like, are you okay? Like, are you okay? She starts getting nervous. And he's like, you're this, you're that, you're wonderful. You've changed my life. You're wonderful to my kids. You're this, you're that. And he drops to his knee and he proposes. And she lit up like you cannot believe. I mean, it was just, she was thrilled. It's almost a relief because you spend all these years with this man. He finally got divorced. You're not really sure where his head's at because not too many men want to run down the aisle after they, just get divorced. So she was thrilled. They go home after Apple, and Frankie had the people ready to come in and put flowers everywhere with a big, beautiful sign that said, she said yes. They have the photographer. He says, go in, because he knew she was glammed up already. Go in, put your outfit on. Come out, we'll take more pictures. And then that night they went to the restaurant Rocco's where they've had their first date. The same waiter waited on them when they walked in. Everybody clapped.
Oh, I love the clapping part. That's so cool.
He did a good job. Paulie did a good job.
He did. I heard she was like, when she first heard him talking, he was like fumbling his words because he was nervous.
Yes.
And she thought he was having like a stroke, like a health problem.
She goes, are you okay? Like, are you okay? She got really nervous. Yeah.
Because he was like, you remember when we met?
Right?
She's like, are you okay? Because he wasn't on a knee. He didn't do the knee and then the speech. He stood there.
Listen, I was on the phone with both of them for a while yesterday, and I had to ask him about the magazine and the fact that they were accusing him of saying about the grease thing. And he said, Kim, he said, I think about that day when I met her at the Apples, because I think about that all the time. The way she looked at me, the way she smiled at me, the way I felt that day. He goes, and I wanted to have that same feeling back. I think about it all the time. And, and so it meant a lot to him and it meant a lot to her.
Well, I have a theory. Can I share it with you? Sure. Some people were like, what the hell changed? Because they were having a bumpy time for a while.
Yes.
And I said, you know what I think it is? This is just me. I think that he got on semaglutide and started working out and stopped drinking alcohol. I think or maybe like weaned himself off it just naturally because semaglutide doesn't make you drink. You like don't want it.
Right.
And I think that they had less and less controversy because they were either just having one drink and that was it, right? Go home, or not at all. And I think that was maybe one of the things that was causing friction. Because when a couple like parties together.
Well, she don't drink. Dolores doesn't drink.
Even better. So he's probably supporting her in not drinking, right? Because you don't want to be drunk with your partner.
Right.
So I bet you he's on a health kick. She's on a health kick. All the toxicity went away when the alcohol exited stage.
Well, that's kind of a small part of it, but the big change came with Rhode Island. She got the house in Rhode Island. She did the Rhode Island. He was not happy about it. Like, he really wasn't thrilled about her, doing this. And she said, you know what, Paulie, I think I should do it. And I think it's the right thing to do. And he was, he was thinking of going back and forth. And the night she left, he was like, give me 10 minutes, follow me, we'll go together. So like, there was like, you know what? Paulie is really old fashioned. And he loves the fact that Dolores has a career, but there's a fine line with him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so he's Irish.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right. All right. So I think that I've seen a big change in their relationship since she did Rhode Island, and they had that time in Rhode Island together at that beautiful home. They spent a lot of quality time together. That's when I saw the change. That's when I saw the change.
Well, I think whatever it is, it's fabulous. And I do think, I kind of sending a PSA that sometimes toxic arguments happen when you party too much, especially as you get older, you get messy or whatever. I'm glad to see them on a health kick. He looks amazing. Tell him the glow up is fab. He looks like a different human being.
I will tell him that.
And I want him to just keep it up, because he knows this. What's destroying Ireland are drugs and alcohol abuse. Yes, he knows it. He'll tell you that himself. And so, he's a great inspirational person.
Yes.
To be Irish and to show that you can get into shape and abandon that
beautiful. I will definitely tell him.
Irish theme, if you will. Yeah. All right. Awesome. So there was some Real Housewives of Beverly Hills gossip that came out.
Okay.
I guess the trailer dropped, and then they're going to show the first episode. I don't know if they've done that yet.
Okay.
But the theme is that Dorit Kemsley filed for divorce the same day as she saw the picture of PK kissing the girl.
I'm not surprised.
And we talked about that. That's why I'm bringing it up. I was like, we called it.
Yes, we did.
And so it was literally linked, in other words, to that picture. And the other thing that came out was that she's dropping the kids off on Saturday, and that's it. And he takes them like a fun dad for a second, and then she takes them back. Kyle Richards, she had a conversation with her daughters about how they feel about Mauricio and his behavior with the cameras, and was she bringing a date to the wedding of her daughter, which is another big theme on the show. And Portia was like, yeah, it's kind of hard. Portia, by the way, filmed with John, my son, when we were in Beverly Hills together. So I remember her as a little girl. And I loved what she said, because she's a great shooter. She's like, I was fielding calls and I didn't really know what to say, except my dad's kind of acting like a hoe.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? That's honest.
That is so honest.
I loved it. I was like, good for you. Tell your dad. So, that happened. And Kyle's been changing her look. I don't know if you've noticed.
I've noticed it.
Yeah. I feel like she's looking more masculine. Do you?
Yes, I've noticed that. And I don't see any pizzazz in her wardrobe, or it's very nonchalant and vanilla.
I mean, and it's also, she had, she's been working out and she had her breast reduced, and she's been wearing these things that almost make her look like a man. Like it's all.
I agree. And did you see when she said that she would do Angelina or Brad, that she's bi now?
No, now I'm thinking she's really creeping over to the other side more than this.
It could be.
Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering if I was the only one who saw that.
No,
I just was like, am I the only one seeing it? Okay, so let's talk about some other Beverly Hills. And then I see you, Freddie, in the green room. So hang tight.
Okay.
Really quickly, Sutton Strack is kind of on the fans, SHIT list for a few reasons. She said that Garcelle Bouvet leaving was a blessing because she got to meet the other cast members better, which was really
interesting.
Shouldn't have said anything, honestly.
Nope.
Garcelle and Avi have been hanging out a long time now, and they've been like besties. And that's Sutton's like assistant on the show.
Right.
That said a lot. Sutton, I'm reading in the comments, I guess, attacked Jennifer Tilly in the teaser. I didn't see this, but like.
Yes. And Jennifer Tilly says, now I know why Garcelle walked away.
Okay. Or it was Kathy Hilton maybe that did it, but either it was Sutton or Kathy or both of them or something. Anyway, that wasn't well for Kathy. I think it was Kathy. And then Erica said that the person she would forget ever was on Housewives was Garcelle, and she got booed. And Kyle Richards.
I don't like Garcelle either. So why can't you say if you like someone or not?
Well, you like Erica.
Yeah, that's true. I do like Erica.
So to be fair, you love Erica. So
I love Erica, and now I can't wait to see Rachel and all her funnyisms, and she's just great.
Well, the fans are excited about Rachel. She got a huge applause. Yeah. And Kyle got booed for saying that she wishes LVP wasn't ever on Beverly Hills.
Right.
And then let's see. Jeff Lewis announced that he's doing Still Flipping Out. That's a new show. And Andy backed him. That's why he got the show again.
Yep.
And people were wondering why. And I said, because he's on Radio Andy, duh.
That's right. That's right. And I think Jeff Lewis is good TV. I do.
Yeah, well, but also he's now on Radio Andy, and the big portion of the show is going to be that.
True. It's absolutely true. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now I'm gonna bring Freddie in.
Okay.
Hi, Freddie.
Hey.
Hi, Freddie.
Good to see you both.
Good to see you.
Las Vegas.
Oh my goodness.
There is a lot to say. Where do I start? I think you've covered both so much from yesterday, but there are a couple of things I saw from just like talking to people, you know, after those panels and like in the Bravo Bazaar and stuff. What I did want to say is with the Gorgas, Joey Gorga's actually doing comedy stuff. It's at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club. I'm actually going to that at 11:30 p.m. Okay. And supposedly, from what I've been told from a couple of people, is that Teresa and Louis and Gia are going to be attending that. So if they are there, I will see that and I will let you know.
Thank you.
Oh, and interestingly, I spoke to Joe Bonino yesterday. Really, really great guy. Yes. I asked him about like the guys' nights out, who was the biggest lightweight, and he said Bill Aiden. And then he said that Joe Gorga is just the savage that would drink everyone under the table.
The savage proved that on the dais last night.
Yeah, so that was funny to see them. Paulie said that the engagement, though, like convincing Dolores to stay in the Apple store was really tough. He had to try and pretend that because she wanted this new iPhone 17 Pro Max, he said he had to make out that this was the last one of that gigabyte and color. So he was relieved that paid off because he said that was quickly not gonna, it was all gonna go wrong quite soon. That was great. And then with Karen Hooger, actually, she admitted to being an alcoholic.
Wow.
Wait, what?
So yesterday at Bravocon, she admitted basically that she is an alcoholic and that she has issues with alcohol. She is going to be doing a sit-down talk at the end of this season with Andy Cohen. She's going to open up about that more. I suspect her storyline for next season on Potomac is going to be all about how she lives her life as a sober person and taking accountability for that.
Cool.
So yeah, that would be interesting. Oh, and then the other thing is I spoke to Tamara Judge's husband, Eddie. I asked him about
what you.
Sorry?
Did he kiss you?
He didn't. No, he did not kiss me, despite the rumors that allegedly he does like doing that. according to Vicky from all of those years ago.
Wait, hi, Peaches.
Hi, Peaches.
Hey.
You're so good. Happy Saturday.
But I asked him about the Ed's podcast, the podcast he does with Teddy's husband, Edwin. And he did say that they were nearly going to get rid of it because of the divorce. But actually, because both the Eds have a great friendship outside of their wives, they are going to carry on doing this podcast. I had a good chat with Seth Marks as well for about 10 minutes.
Oh, what did he say? Was he embarrassed at all about the cheating stuff that came out?
I asked him about that, and he said that, you know, since he joined the show, people have tried to make rumors about his cheating. And of course, we heard that rumor about supposedly he gets up to extracurricular activity in Chicago. So
no, this was in Ohio, this one. So this is like moved now.
Yeah, so it's been moving around. So he's his attitude is like, I don't really care. I'm so used to this because they've had 6 years of being on the show. They know how it works. Apparently, they did do a guys' night out, and there was a bit of arguing on that. So we're going to see if that actually airs or not this season. He also said that Meredith is going to be taking her DJing career outside of the US and that she's going to be doing some gig in London soon.
Okay.
So we'll see how that works. Oh, and in that panel where I asked Teresa about her ideal cast for the Real House.
So good.
I had to ask it. Because what they do I don't know if you've seen how it works when you go on, when they record it, is they ask you what your question is going to be.
Yes.
So they say, oh, yeah, that's a great question. Or like, no, you can't ask that. So I thought, because Andy had earlier on said, oh, you know, we're not going to be bringing out New Jersey. I want to be bringing back casts when I know that the show is perfect.
Right.
So, yeah, and that's what he said about both Real Housewives of New York and Real Housewives of New Jersey.
New York, just to clarify, they said there will be no hybrid. I'm going to say it again. There will be no hybrid.
Exactly.
There is no legacy being mixed with new, and they aren't ready to bring it back. The network hasn't renewed that one. So when they come up with a new strategy, they'll come back to it.
What he did, but quickly with Roni, because I do have a bit more, I think I might have some notes on that later. I'm sort of going through the notes.
I have to just say thank you guys, because 60 days non-inflammatory diet. Okay.
Beautiful.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
No worries. No, all good. Yeah, no. So he did. Yeah. So he said to Jeff that he's not going to bring it back unless the show is perfect. But he did say that they are very close to finalizing the Roni cast.
Right.
But there will be no announcements about it at Bravocon this year. So we'll see when that will happen. But going back to the panel, there was a game that they did, and they were asked to fill the sentence on something about like who the biggest traitor is, and Teresa answered family, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
No, wait, so did I. Because it's not on. It's like her old story, not her new story.
Yeah, and
she slipped.
And I can't remember because my phone was acting up, so I didn't get the exact word, but it was something about like traitors or being deceitful. She said family, everyone gasped, and it was like she sort of went, "Oh shit!" And she was like,
"Yeah, I forgot my thing here."
Yeah, and then she was like,
"God, Freddie."
And then she was like, "Oh, like." No, I wasn't referring to my brother and sister-in-law. I was referring to you know other people. So she was trying to. So she was sort of, I think, then trying to make us think that she was implying to, you know, maybe the Wakilis or something like that.
Please. The Wakilis have been out of the picture for years. She slipped up. She
slipped up.
So
on theme. You didn't see the beginning of the show, but you're right on theme with this one.
That's what, yeah. So I thought that was an interesting one. I had to take that down. I was like,
"Oh my god!"
Did you notice if Kyle and Dorit have been hanging out? I heard that they're really at odds at the moment. They fought on the show again hard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they are 100% at odds. And you could tell on the Beverly Hills panel that they really do not like each other. I think, as Kyle Richards put it, they went 3 steps forward and 4 steps back.
Right.
What Dorit did say on the panel is that she was very upset that when it came out in the press that PK had, or one of them had filed for divorce, that it took Kyle 4 days to send a text saying, and apparently it was quite blunt. She was like, thinking of you, hope you're okay.
Right,
And Dorit
right.
expected more from Kyle.
What she should have said is, what did you say to PK?
Unfortunately, I was sitting in the wrong bit, because if it were up to me, I would have asked the question and said, was PK drunk every time he did the "See you next Tuesday of the week" posts?
Right.
Like,
Which was us. We were honored with that honor a few times. We've been that "See you next Tuesday of the week" and the month.
Wow. What about Lisa Barlow? What's going on with her with Salt Lake City? Because this is the first year I'm really into Salt Lake City. I am just blown away by how erratic she is. And my opinion is something deeper in her personal life is going on, because she's so unhinged. I can't figure out what it is, but do you know anything about that?
I mean, I did see Lisa yesterday. She was at because they have this deal. She has a personal deal with Wendy's, and then Bravo have a sponsorship deal with Wendy's as well. They were promoting some new Frosty. She was there. There was lots of fans and stuff. She was swarmed, probably like what we wanted the most. It was literally like being at the Oscars with her. I think
I heard Teresa's booth didn't get a lot of people. That's what I heard.
No, it was always, but she wasn't there for that long. I think there was only loads of people at Teresa's booth when there was the staged bit, as you call it, with like Roxanne and all of that. That was when it was big.
Right.
But Erin from Real Housewives of New York, her booth got a lot of attention because Caroline Stanbury and Sergio came along as well. And they were like throwing out T-shirts and giving us tastings of their new drink and stuff. So yeah, that was pretty cool as well.
Oh, I have something I can add. Mary Cosby, just on the Salt Lake City, she was on stage and she was asked what, they were saying, are you upset about the docuseries that's coming out on TLC and HBO Max, which nobody knows, but that's the same family members I interviewed on that docuseries back in 2021. So how much ahead of time? What is it? 25? I was like 4 years ahead of
this
TLC.
is what I was thinking when I saw the adverts. Like, I know TLC are a bit of a budget network, but I wasn't expecting that they would be that low in the gears and that slow with making a documentary.
Yeah, if you're going to make that, I was like, this was 2021, you guys. And I interviewed the same people on that show. I mean, so it's like so crazy. Anyway, the thing that I was going to say is she said that it was horrible, she said, and she said that it wasn't true. And that was what she said publicly, and the fans praised her. Meanwhile, her son just got arrested.
Yes.
17 hours ago for the second time. He was arrested in September, and he was arrested on November 9th, which is like it's like
was he just drugs or what? Arrested for what? What was the charge?
Well, he's got a situation where it definitely involves drugs.
Right.
But it was that he kept going to see his wife, and she has a restraining order against him.
Oh,
so he breached the restraining order. Okay. But you have to know the origin story, which is that these two were enabling each other with drugs. And at a certain point, she's living at his house and her parents want her not to go there anymore. So they file kidnapping charges briefly against Mary Cosby and her husband because the kid, like this girl there, and they want their daughter back. Anyway, that ends up somehow getting settled. And the daughter, I think, marries the son. And then they're really enabling each other with drugs because they're husband and wife. And then that goes Pete Tong. And, like he goes through and he says, I got a drug problem. And it seems new on the show, but he's had it for years.
Right.
And the family knows that he's had this for years. Okay. That's how I know.
Right.
So they made it seem new. It wasn't.
Right. I don't know much about this series. I will watch some of it.
Yeah.
Is it true?
But anyway, so that's what happened. And then he does, I guess he starts occasionally meddling with drugs again. And that causes the erratic behavior of trying to get to the girl. And
gotcha.
Okay.
And is this docuseries true?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard that Robert Jr. is allegedly at Bravocon today.
Well, it could be. He was arrested on November 9th.
Yeah, they probably got him.
He's certainly not been barred from flying, it seems.
Well, he didn't get, maybe he's just arrested. Maybe he didn't get sentenced.
We got him out on bail.
Yeah, there's a process. So the way that it normally goes is you are arrested and then you get a court date and they can't do anything to you until you get to your court date and then they punish you.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know if, his previous stuff that he's done had any consequence. Could be not. I mean, we just saw in the Mormon docuseries, Heather Gay just dropped. We just found out that there were people in law enforcement that in high ups in Mormon church that knew men were raping their children and did nothing. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's light on the Justice Department over there.
Yeah.
Well,
what's he doing at Bravocon, though? I mean, shouldn't he be laying low?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not at Bravocon because unfortunately I wasn't able to get the 3-day ticket. So I was there yesterday. I'm going to be there tomorrow. So I'm going to watch what happens live this evening, and I'm going to Joe Gorga's comedy show, which is 11:30 this evening. So that'll be my Bravo bit for today. But interestingly, Heather Gay did mention yesterday, I think it was off a panel where they were asked, like, oh, how come you're suddenly such good friends with Bronwyn now? And she said that they sort of bonded over the whole Mormonism and with Bronwyn's like childhood and having a child out of wedlock and the mum being hard on her. And Heather said that she sort of was said like Muzzy or whatever Bronwyn's mum's called is like so Mormon, and I can relate to how hard that was because I sort of had that same, I was parented in that same type of way as well. So they've sort of come to an understanding, but obviously, as we've said before, in the Patreon, there are probably other reasons as to why, which
exactly
pan out over there.
And also Heather McDonald came out on her show and said that she's pissed at Heather Gay because Heather Gay was invited on the podcast and she said no, I guess, allegedly that supposedly Heather McDonald said that she said like her podcast wasn't big enough or something.
Wow.
Well, Heather McDonald's actually got a podcast event going on here. She's got like yesterday she did a whole like live thing at the MGM Grand.
Yeah, that's where she said it because she goes as part of her show. She spills tea. So
I know who she is, but like I think it was quite a big thing. There are quite a few people I came across yesterday that seemed to be going to that. I wasn't.
Oh my God, that's why it's crazy that Heather Gay would say that because Heather McDonald has like 350,000 subs on YouTube.
Yeah.
She's been in this business for years. Like. She's well established. Yeah. So that's why it was shocking. If it's true, I mean, that's what Heather said. She might have just said something and misunderstood it. But
well, I think Heather Gay is the type that has too many ideas above her station. So she should stick to promoting Wayfarer and be quiet.
Oh God. Oh gosh. Okay. So what else happened? Anything else you want to tell us? I have some more when you're done.
Oh, yes, I did. Carrying on with Heather, but moving on to a different topic. So there was
Heather Gay.
Heather Gay, sorry.
Yeah.
with the below deck so there was the below deck panel. So you had Chef Ben, you had Captain Jason, Daisy was there,
Captain Jason.
Terry. So yeah, Captain Jason, everyone loved, everyone
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah,
be with him, so much hysteria around him. But he was asked once again to clarify about the rumors and Heather claiming that she'd hooked up with him.
Yeah.
He denied this.
Yes,
And
he
then
did.
someone asked
On
Daisy.
stage?
Yeah, on stage. And he was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, I think we've maybe got different opinions of what that means, but we've not hooked up. And then someone else asked Daisy, who was the chief stew on that Salt Lake episode of with the below deck merger thing. And she was asked if she thought anything had happened between Heather and Jason. And she was a bit standoffish. She didn't really want to comment, but she did finally sort of admit that she didn't believe anything happened. But what she did say is it would be like, she said something along the lines of, it would be interesting if Jason were a match or they like did get together. But from what I was gauging, I think Heather has made this up and thought that Jason would, I don't know, agree to participate in this and hasn't.
Well, I got to tell you, Heather did not look happy when Andy said to her that Jason denied it. And she goes, like, basically said, Jason's lying.
Yeah.
And I don't know what hooked up means because, yeah, she was mad. And
she was like, you should warn women who are having encounters.
I believe it did happen. I believe it did happen. And I
think it did happen too. I think honestly, I don't want to say this, but I think he's probably a player and he's used to modelly girls.
Yep.
And he probably was hanging around with Heather, showing her around, and she is a big celebrity and she is really charismatic. And he probably got drunk with her. Yep. And then something happened, not that big a deal, but it happened. And then she was like, wanting to make more of it just because it's Captain Jason and he's hot and it gives her like street cred in that way. Right. And he was like denying it because she's not modelly enough.
He's embarrassed.
She's modelly enough for his way. And I said on my show, all players are like this.
Absolutely.
No matter how hot you are, they're like, oh, you're not Naomi Campbell? Right. Then you're not like, I'm going to pretend like that didn't happen. Okay.
Because he doubled down on, so on stage, he also said, I've never hooked up with a housewife.
Yay.
Well, I think I want to say, did you make out with her? Because I think that's what happened. I don't think they did more than make out.
Yeah, that's what I think, because he did it.
Because
he admitted at the last Bravocon he got with Caroline Brooks from Real Housewives of Dubai.
Right.
Yeah, they kissed at the last Bravocon.
Oh my God. Yeah, see, Captain Jason's getting a rep now.
Oh yeah, baby.
He's the kissing bandit.
Yes,
yeah.
All you got to do is get Captain Jason drunk and have some kisses. Anyway, this is all
happening. Baby, what else?
Oh, Jeff Lewis. He was causing a lot of controversy.
I love Jeff.
As expected. One of the things, though, he did say yesterday, which I noticed in the tweets and everywhere was causing a lot, is he was asked about Monica Garcia, and he said, I hear that she can no longer qualify for food stamps when it got cancelled. Monica called him out. Lots of people were like, Jeff Lewis should be banned from like Bravo and all of this type of stuff as well. The second thing that Jeff did, which was hilarious, is
Andy stuck up for Monica, just to say it.
Andy did stick up for Monica.
And he said we wouldn't have had such a great season if she hadn't been on the show.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And he did seem a bit like pissed off that Jeff had said that, because I think he knew the controversies.
Wait, someone brought something up. Didn't Captain Jason hook up with Adriana Demora from Miami?
I know they've kissed as well. I don't know.
But that's a hookup, is it not?
Yeah.
Listen, I mean,
the guy's single. He could hook up with whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, Who knows? I mean, he does love a housewife. Despite
Look at like Susan's jumping up and down. She's like, hey, wait. Okay. Yeah. Let's wait a second. All right. Okay. Go ahead. Keep going. For Jeff Lewis was where you were.
What else did you say? What else?
Oh my gosh. So he also said to Andy Cohen that he needs to get on with casting for Real Housewives of New Jersey so that we don't have to deal with Jennifer Aiden begging to get back on the show.
Oh my God. I love it.
Oh my God. What did Andy do?
And he didn't particularly address the bit what Jeff said about Jennifer Aiden. And he said, look, I'm not going to rush bringing Real Housewives of New Jersey back. We've not got the right cast. And, you know, unless we find a perfect cast, we are not bringing the show. We're not going to bring the show back. And then he sort of talked about, you know, how we did this with Miami. We had that show off for 8 years. We had OGs we knew were a great fit. We then found our newbies that were also great. We felt that would be an interesting dynamic together. And of course, that has paid off and it is doing really well. He then also used Atlanta as an example of that, doing that reboot as working.
He also confirmed the new cast member. What's her name?
Oh yeah, he didn't do that on purpose. He by accident confirmed Kay Michelle would be a housewife.
Yes.
Kay Michelle, that's right.
Yeah. So that.
Do you want to talk about what happened with Wendy Osefo? Come on.
Oh yeah, the Wendy Osefo stuff. That was interesting. So she got asked about the arrest, but she was quite cagey about that and said, I can't really talk about that because we're going to trial soon and it's all legal. But she did say it was disappointing.
Yeah, she said there's still just accusations right now. Yeah. She said there's still just accusations. And then she chose not to comment in any derogatory way towards the cast that dragged her when she got arrested. Right, she opted out because she has to be so careful. Like anything she says at Bravocon can and will be used against her in court. Period. The end. That's it. Full stop.
Well, I mean, she, other than the that panel, I really did not see her. So I think she's deliberately trying to do as little as she can, because the more she's exposed, the more she's out and about, the more that people can say and try and catch her out with.
Yep, 100%. If she got drunk and talks to someone, they can use that, anything. Yeah. So that's not surprising. And I have something that was unusual. Do you remember the tea in the Patreon, Freddie, about Chanel Ian being from Idaho? Do you remember this?
Yes, I remember this.
And this was back when it was like really the beginning. And people were like, there's no way Chanel Ian is from Idaho. And I was like, no, there's threads to Chanel Ian being from Idaho and like not really being from Dubai, like the opposite. And so she's on the red carpet for Bravocon interviewing somebody, and she is talking to this like country music group or something that was there. I don't know what the hell it was, but she's like, oh yeah, I'm really into your music because, you know, I'm from Idaho. And I'm like, I'm in Idaho. And she says this whole thing about Idaho. And I'm like, oh my God, she said it finally. So Chanel Ian.
Did she get, so her accent isn't from Dubai. And where is she originally? Like, what's her ethnicity?
She's, I think, Nigerian, right?
Right. So does she has a Nigerian accent?
Look it up. Oh, can you look it up?
I'm looking up because I'm pretty certain it isn't Nigerian.
Okay, well, look it up because I don't want to get it wrong. You know, I like to get my facts straight. But Chanel's
accent, but then she moved to Idaho.
Kenya.
Where? Kenya.
From Malaba in Kenya.
Kenya.
So her accent would be from Kenya.
Kenya moved to Idaho, moved to Dubai. That's an interesting turn of events.
Yeah, isn't that wild? But she was mainly in Idaho when she got casted for Dubai.
Wow.
That's what I heard in the beginning. And everyone's like, are you crazy? I'm like, I'm not crazy. Her husband had like a tie to a restaurant. Now, this tea is from like 4 years ago. I'm trying to remember it. But it was like he owned a restaurant or something in Idaho.
It's absolutely wild. Absolutely.
I know. Isn't it funny? So that was kind of a fun one that I caught.
All in all, Freddie, all in all, let me ask you a few questions. All in all, what Andy has been saying and his demeanor, which Dana and I were speaking about his demeanor, watching the reunion of the Gorgas and Giudice and Louis, taking this all in, hearing what Margaret said, that they should see a therapist. Also, that Teresa was annoyed that Dolores got engaged because it distracted the situation with her reunion. What's your take on Jersey? If you had to say right now, what's your, forget about a prediction, what's your whole view as someone who watches reality TV, as some, like, put it all together and tell me what you think.
I think the question with the Gorgas and Teresa is they're going to really have to prove that this reunion and them getting along is the real deal. And just because that they've been seen hugging and saying nice compliments about each other at Bravocon and Watch What Happens Live isn't enough for viewers to be sold into this narrative. So I think Andy is also not certain. I don't think he's quite buying into it either with what's happening. So this is gonna take some time, and I think this is exactly why he's saying it was shading Teresa, why he's saying that this show is not coming back soon. But I agree that they need new blood on the show. Yes. I don't know why they're struggling to find the right people for Real Housewives of New Jersey. Maybe it's because they don't like people that have been on the show in the past. A lot of dirt's come out about a lot of these people in Bravo in general, and they want to be more private.
And so now, if you were to guess, do you feel that it's going to be almost similar to a Miami or an Atlanta, and it's going to take that long? And do you think people really care, deep down, really care about this reunion?
I think because it's fresh, people care about it at the moment. I think once we see outside of Bravocon, and depending on what happens, that will really determine whether people care about this reunion or not, because it's the hype at the moment. And I think the thing is with Bravo, even though Andy's not happy with it, I think Bravo themselves are really hyping up the reunion. They're talking about it on X. They're talking about it in panels. They're asking, not Andy, but the other people that are doing panels are asking the questions about it. Bravo are sharing lots of content about it on Instagram as well. So they're using it to generate traction as well. But I think with Jersey, it really depends how well they can get this casting right. And if they do find a new group of women, I think they would move in that direction.
I do too.
If they continue to fail finding the right people, which you have both talked about that they've been failing to do, they will then look at the hybrid model that they've done with Miami.
Okay, wait, I've got to bring something up. We got to stop that for a second. I want to talk about Sheena Shea.
I had a photo op with her and Brock yesterday.
So Sheena Shea allegedly had a fight with a Southern Charm cast member in a green room. And it was physical, and they had to be separated. And
wow.
Yes. Okay. And meanwhile, and I think we're going to find out obviously on Sheena's show, but also they announced that Lala Kent is full-time on the Valley now.
Yes.
And so is Tom Schwartz, which is a huge coup for him.
Yeah.
Tom announced, he had already gone official with his girlfriend on Insta.
That she's the love of his life.
The love of his life. Yeah. So that's obviously going to play into the Valley. I'm sure everyone's getting excited about that. I did want to bring that into this conversation. So any tea on Sheena Shea? And then I've got another thing I want to say.
I mean, so I had the photo. So the photo op, Bravo completely messed that up because we all had these booking. I'm like not being shady. This is true. This is what happened. And you're meant to be like book people. You could choose one person. I did that. And then they were like, oh, like it's all gone wrong, and they sent this email apologizing. So I thought, oh, maybe it's because I was in England doing it, and that's why it's the problem. But then there was a huge queue to find out who the person was, and that people from all over America had this issue with booking the photo ops.
Oh my God.
So I got Sheena and Brock. That was interesting. They seem really chilled. They seem really nice. I had the photo with them at around 1 p.m.
Well, she's got to be feeling isolated, right? I mean, Lala's not talking to really anyone on the show anymore from Vanderpump Rules. Katie and Lala are not talking.
Right.
And then Ariana and Lala aren't talking. And then Sheena is not really talking to Lala. And Sheena's not really talking to Ariana. And she's not talking
it's
to
an
Katie.
interesting
It's
one.
amazing what happened to this
See
group.
how that's what I'm saying. Like all those prongs of people are dead.
Yeah, it's only Tom Schwartz and Brittany Cartwright is who Lala Kent's talking to from Vanderpump Rules at the moment.
She's not divorced yet, just FYI.
No, she did confirm that because they were in the next bit of the photo op and someone asked her, and she did actually confirm that. So, but yeah, no, they seem really quite funny, Sheena and Brock. It didn't feel like that they'd had a fight, that anyone had a fight. So maybe that happened after, or they're just very good at composing themselves.
There you go. What else was the second thing, Dana?
Oh, the other thing was, okay, two things. Brittany from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City broke out in Disney songs about princesses on the plane and got the girls involved. And she thought it was the coolest thing ever. And like, oh my God.
I have tea on this, actually.
Okay, good. And I was like, I don't know. This is kind of cheesy. And so I went on Reddit and
he's a Bhutan.
Listen, I
I
went on
do.
Reddit.
Anyone who throws their daughter away for a man, and like when the daughter said that she had 30 minutes on her lunch break, and Jared came in and she starts making out with Jared. Like, no, I'm sorry.
Anyone who accepts a unicorn with a voice recording from her man is creepy and weird.
Tell us what you know, because I don't like her at all.
Okay, wait, really fast. Just want to say, so I go on Reddit, I check it out, and what do I find? All these people that were like on the plane, like dragging it, like we were tortured. We couldn't exit the plane. We had to listen to it.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah. So yeah, when I got to my hotel, I'm like unpacked and everything. I was having a drink at the bar, and I met a group of girls who were attending Bravocon, and they were on the same Delta flight from Salt Lake to Harry Reid Airport in Las Vegas. And they were like, oh yeah. And I was like, oh, were you on the same flight as Brittany? And they were like, yeah, she was really annoying singing these Disney songs, and she got told off by the cabin crew 3 times, and one of the times she tried to get up and sing along with Angie Costavanas was allegedly when the seatbelt sign went on for because of like turbulence.
Right.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think this Britney woman is just out of her mind. There are issues there that have been undiagnosed, in my opinion. I think she needs a therapist as well. If I were Bravo, I'd maybe get, Teresa.
I think it's free now for her, so she should take advantage of it.
Bravo need to get a deal with these therapists, I think.
Definitely. Or instead of going on girls' trip, have those girls go to sit on a therapist weekend. Yeah.
Almost forgot. Kay, thank you so much.
Yes, Vicky got her on.
Vicky Gumbelson. So we know on my Thursday video on YouTube where I did my recap and gossip dump, I said that Tamra Judge was really jockeying for Vicky Gumbelson to come back, and they had just done a reunite video over a brand sponsorship. And I had a feeling something was coming to do with this. She's also trying to get Bellino back now that Bellino is married to John Jansen. And even Joe maybe is a friend of or something, because Joe really wants back on. She needs money. So Joe from the early seasons. Anyway.
De La Rosa.
De La Rosa, who was with Slade. Yeah. So, so they just announced it. So it worked. So Tamra's, pictorials with like Katie and all this stuff, it works. So I guess there's a formula there, which is what Teresa is following.
Yeah.
Right? If we push it and we make the fans want it or like it, then they might give in and change their mind.
Right.
And I guess it's true.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Could
I mean,
be.
I'm not really buying into this Vicky and Tamra getting on together. To me, it's very similar with Teresa and Melissa. I think it's the Orange County equivalent, if I've got to be honest.
Yes, I agree. Because it's
they
so
both love the
difficult
show.
to go backwards. Very difficult.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Kim? I couldn't hear you.
My line broke.
Kim?
Well, I said it's very difficult to go backwards. Once you have that kind of hatred and dislike, for all of a sudden for you to be singing Kumbaya, I find it very, very, like Freddie said, I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't believe it at all. Shannon and Tamra and Vicky were utilizing each other to do their live show and make money. And they had a somewhat friendship, but was kind of bullshit. And Tamra knew it was bullshit because when she left the show, Shannon jumped her like a hot potato.
Sorry, somebody's coming in and out of my house.
No, it's okay. All right, one more thing. I think I've covered most of it, you guys.
Even more than expected. I'm thrilled about Freddie. You did great.
I know, Freddie. I love it. Always the greatest. A treasure, a national treasure.
Oh, thank you. Too kind.
And an international treasure at that.
As Jared Osmond would say, you are loved.
Exactly. Oh my God, so creepy. Okay, so Andy Cohen admitted at a certain point that he had spoken to Nene Leakes a few months ago by text. A lot of people were trying to say Nene was coming back.
Contact. I thought Nene was one of the best housewives ever. Her comebacks and her one-liners, you can't beat them. You can't beat them.
But I don't think she's coming back. No, I think he's just making nice with Nene. Yeah. And who knows, maybe he'll develop something else with her if they could ever get over the lawsuit, right?
Right.
But
they have. I think in terms with Bravo, Nene is in a better relationship with them. She was NBC, and Peacock, because she was meant to be going on this season of The Traitors. However, she had to pull out at the last minute because of her son's heart problems.
Yes.
So they replaced Nene with Portia Williams.
Yes.
Right.
But it's NBC.
Oh, yeah, NBC.
So you have to really be careful because Bravo is not Andy and Andy is not Bravo and Bravo's not NBC, even though they're linked. Right. So they all listen to each other, but they all have strong voices in that room. Yeah. So it's like, you never know. Andy could be like, I'm not doing that again. Or NBC could be like, I'm not doing that again. And that just kills it. Even if one person's really wanting it, you know?
I agree.
Yeah. And they do that. They did that even on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I was told by several producers, they get in a room and they fight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
and they'll say, like, I think, Dana, for example, you should give her another season. She just didn't know who's green, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And to someone, no, she's boring. Forget it. So then they do that back and forth. And then whoever wins, wins.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So the other thing
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
I'll let you go. But one more thing. Kathy Griffin. She apologized publicly to Andy Cohen, which is a weak move, but obviously out of desperation because he's so powerful now. Right. And he emailed her after. And
that's good. That's good. All right. I don't like her either, but that's good. I'm happy to hear when people make up. A lot of makeups this year.
A lot of makeups. Where's our reconciliation?
I think a lot of people need money. I think everyone's struggling right now.
These are all paid friendships, really, you guys.
Say goodbye. All right,
like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Have so much fun in Bravocon, Freddie. Thanks for joining. Bye.